I think it's been a while that I haven't posted on this channel, so I thought why not let's do it today. So I was not able to sleep, so I just made some notes and I thought why not let's go ahead and talk about it. So first thing that I'm going to talk about is I'm going to make two videos probably. First thing that I'm going to talk about is like use every unfair advantage you have. Now I'm going to start from this particular example. I have worked in corporate for like 6 years. And trust me when I say this, I have seen attractive people having the most disadvantage when it comes to workplace because they are the easy targets of insecure people and people who are jealous, especially when people sitting at power see attractive people working beneath them. Oh boy, it's not good. And honestly, when I was working in corporate, I used to work with many attractive young people. In my team, we had like good number of attractive men and women both, and they were always the target of someone or the other sitting in power. And I have realized this that if you are someone who's attractive, who carry themselves well, or like you have some personality about you, something very unique about you, like the way you speak or the way you dress up, maybe you have a good height, you're automatically very intimidating to people without even opening your like without even you opening your mouth. And that's one of the reasons you're not supposed to work under someone. I'm telling you right now, if you are someone who's very attractive or you have a very different voice, you look very different from where you belong or which place you are right now, or whatever is something that is like your unfair advantage, that's a sign for you that you're supposed to do something of your own. And now, please don't jump into conclusions. I'm not saying that you have to leave everything right now and jump into doing something which you're completely unaware of. No. All I'm trying to say is that in the long term, it's going to be difficult for you. I have faced those difficulties in the past, and I'm not saying I'm the most attractive person in the world, but I know when I was in my, especially, I was in my 20s when I was in my corporate job, the way I would carry myself and everything, it used to create a lot of problems for me. And I knew it. I was not supposed to work in a job because people are going to make it difficult for me. And especially people sitting in power, and mostly they were men when I was working, they would make my life difficult. They used to make my life a lot difficult, I'm telling you. Just because I won't fuck around with them, I won't entertain their nasty jokes or whatever. I was very professional with them. That was another straw, okay? It was like another thing that they didn't like about me. So they made my life very difficult. And I knew it, I'm not supposed to work in a job. I have to do something of my own because people are gonna feel insecure around me regardless. I can't do anything. And especially when I opened my mouth and I was a good performing employee, I was skills wise, I was one of the best in the team and everything. That was another intimidating factor. So people would just pick on me for the fun of it or just to make my life difficult for some reason. And I used to see this happening also with my colleagues, especially the ones who were really attractive or who were really good with like skills or something. I used to see happening to them as well. So, and this is something I've observed, people who have zero personality, they have no life outside of their job title. Usually those are the people who would work at a soul sucking job and get to a higher position only to later on take the benefit of that position to torture other people, especially people who are attractive. That's a personal observation of mine. I'm not saying everyone is like that, exceptions would be there, but this is my personal observation. And of course, coming from, I had friends who were working in different companies and things like that. I have heard from a lot of people, they have had the similar experience. So one thing that I'm trying to tell you is that if right now you have any sort of unfair advantage, know that you're supposed to do something of your own. You're meant to be an entrepreneur. You're meant to do something of your own. Start small, start today, start tomorrow, but start it. Even a small step in that direction is going to help you. Start doing something of your own. Start understanding what are you good at. How can you use that to your benefit? Whether it's the way you look, whether it's the way you speak, whether it's the way your body looks, okay? Maybe you actually have a good physique, maybe you have a good height, maybe you have good hair, whatever that is, whatever is your unfair advantage, use it and stop feeling guilty. People sitting in power have sold us, as society, they have sold us a bunch of BS regarding karma, regarding this, regarding, oh, this is not moral, this doesn't go with the rules, this is, it's all bunch of BS. People sitting in power made all these rules. This is not something that was applicable to nature or something that was applicable universally. No. These were a bunch of BS that was made up by powerful people so that they can have less competition and so that people will not interfere with their business. So the quicker you realize this, the quicker you're going to change your life. I'm telling you. Stop feeling guilty about using your unfair advantage. I know, I used to have this. When people would be like, no, you can't use your looks to do something. No, you can't use your speaking ability to. Dude, I don't care. There was a time when I used to feel guilty. But you know what? If I have been gifted with something and something that I have been working hard on, something that I have worked on and I have made it better by the day, there's a skill that I have, or a knowledge, or something that I have gained over the years, I have worked for it, why wouldn't I use it? If using that allows me to enter into a room which otherwise I won't be able to access, why the hell won't I use that? Whether it's a skill of mine, whether it's my looks, whether it's, I don't know, my height, whatever that is, okay? If it's allowing me to enter into a room which otherwise no one else can access, if they didn't have that, why the fuck won't I take it? So stop feeling guilty about using your unfair advantages. I'm telling you, you're gonna go. This is all BS. I'm telling you. People are so scared of taking shortcuts. And I'm not saying to take shortcut by cheating someone or I'm not saying you have to do that evil thing or something. I'm not talking about that. All I'm trying to say is that if you have anything, you look around, you look at yourself, I'm sure you know yourself better, right? If there is something you know you can use to your benefit, use it. If it acts as a shortcut to you, use it. Why are you not using it? You have been given that, you were blessed with that, so that you can use it to your benefit. You're not using it to your full potential. You're literally insulting the universe who gave you that. The universe, the consciousness gave you that thing so that you could respect it, own it, use it. And if you're not using it, you're doing a disservice to yourself and to the universe. You're disrespecting the universe. So just think of it. Just think of it. If a rose flower, I have roses here, if the rose flower, this red rose was supposed to be red, and the red rose says that no, the color red is so intimidating. I'm not gonna be red. I'm gonna dull, I'm gonna reduce my color, I'm gonna dull my color because red is intimidating. No, the rose doesn't give an F about that. The rose was given this red pigment because it makes it unique, it makes it beautiful, it makes it whatever. It doesn't care. It just turns out to be the red rose it was supposed to be. Okay? So stop effing up with that. If you have any sort of unfair advantage right now in life, please use it. You were given that to use it. And society it has brainwashed people like us, so that people sitting in power have less competition, so that we don't give them competition. We don't, how do you say, so that we don't go against them. These rules don't apply to them. They use every unfair advantage. They will use every shortcut available, and they will actually go out of the way to use that also. So, this video is just a reminder to you that you were sent here to experience everything to the fullest. And if you were already blessed with something, you have to experience it to the fullest. Why are you not using your vessel to the full potential? If you have this vessel, you have a certain characteristic, why are you not using that advantage of the character to the fullest? Why are you not using it? Think of this as you are a character in the video game and you have an advantage. Why the F are you not using that advantage in the video game? It's like you're playing a video game plain and salted, vanilla plain, and you were supposed to have it like a chocolate chip cookie. You're wasting the potential, right? You're just being plain salted, I don't know, plain vanilla, but you were supposed to be a chocolate chip cookie. You're wasting the entire potential that you could have had in this video game. So I'm just here to remind you that, all right? Stop feeling guilty. You feel guilty because you were conditioned to feel guilty. And why were you conditioned to feel guilty? So that the moment you wake up to your potential and your power, and you decide that, okay, I can also be powerful, I can also do this, then this guilt will stop you. That's why you are conditioned. And once this guilt will stop you, automatically the competition is gone for the people sitting in power. You getting what I'm saying? So that's gonna be this video. I'm gonna see you on the other video.